I think my children have grown and flourished here because they have been pushed forward in their leadership skills and what it means to be a leader and what it means to be a part of a Christian community.
Our middle school philosophy is found in our response to the question, what does a developmentally responsive, Christ-centered, future-ready middle school look and sound like? That means our curriculum is rigorous and challenging, and that our expectation is that our students are having an experience with depth in addition to coverage. The research tells us that 75% of the content that middle schoolers get they're going to see again. So we want to work hard to develop the habits and attitudes that are the foundation for lifelong learning. So we're challenged to implement a curriculum that is engaging and rigorous so that we can meet our students where they are and challenge them appropriately.
Well, our goal for students is to become critical thinkers and problem solvers. And in my class, I really want to give them some think time. Often students want to get to the answer right away. They're enthusiastic to give me the answer. And I want to slow them down and ask them what they're seeing, what they're thinking, and what their plan is for solving a problem. So we talk through that often.
One of the most important things that we do is design the instructional program for our students. And in that, it's important that we monitor those trends that are happening in education. We're looking for what research is telling us about best instructional practice. What are the most influential and impactful ways that we can teach students, and it's imperative that we guide our teachers so that it then impacts the day-to-day classroom instruction.
We want the kids to have an accurate picture of who they are and where they are, and as this is discovered, we come alongside of them and we challenge them.
Every student here meets with their advisory a couple times a week, and this is where we learn to do life together. We learn to struggle well together and ask hard questions and figure out this middle time, this time of transition together. And we are so honored to be able to provide this for our students so that they have someone to partner with them through this journey.
In the middle school, the process of developing critical thinking must take into account that students are moving from concrete to abstract thinking. We want to create environments where students are participating in authentic experiences that require them to explore and revise their thinking as they collaborate to solve problems.
So in the same way that teachers use standards to support students academically in the classroom, the same is true of school counselors when we're looking at social and emotional growth of students. We have our own set of standards and mindsets and behaviors that we use to make sure that students are growing in their interpersonal skills.
All of our interactions with the faculty have been positive and loving to where they want our children to grow into the best version of themselves that they can be. We've just been thrilled with how the faculty has assisted in pulling the best out of our kids.
Our goal at the end of the middle school experience is that our students are able to say, I know how I learn, I know who I am as a scientist, as an artist, as a mathematician, as an author, and as a speaker. I know what study strategies work best for me. I know my interests, my strengths, areas where I need to work harder, and I know how to self-advocate with teachers when I don't understand something.
In middle school, I've grown, I've gained more confidence, and I've been able to speak up for myself. I've also feel like I've become more independent. 6th grade, they'll hold your hand, and then 7th and 8th grade, they'll kind of let you go on your own, and I feel like I can do more things on my own without needing teachers' help.
We wanted to find a school that would help partner with us in terms of making sure that Christ remains centered to our children's lives. This is a school, this is going to be an environment that certainly looks at, the whole child. They look at the whole embodiment of that child.
As students are developing their identity as a learner, the goal of our spiritual life program is to help them find their identity in Christ.
I feel like I've grown a lot closer to God from my Bible teachers. Windy Gap especially is where I feel like I come as close as I'll ever be to God.
I'm excited about Windy Gap because we get to play lots of fun games and do things with teamwork together, but we also get to have fellowship in Christ and go through our Bibles and dive deep.
We create environments where students can be curious, ask questions that help them really clarify and define what their faith is to them.
We know that they're interested in, putting our children out there in the best position to live out their faith once they leave this place, and that's an exciting place to be, and we've been very pleased with that.
One of the most important things that we do is to select teachers and to support teachers to be the very best instructors that they can be.
Our kids were little at the time. We didn't know what their interests would be, whether it be athletics or fine arts or robotics. So we wanted a school that had a wide array of offerings.
In middle school, you get to choose between different electives, and the elective I chose was band. I'm a percussionist, and I've really enjoyed growing in how I play the instruments and connecting with other people I might have not known because they're in the same sections as I am.
Our electives and co-curricular programming are determined by several factors. We want our students to have choice in where they are able to pursue particular passions or polish a particular talent or gifting. We also want them to explore new interests. It's an opportunity to have exposure to authentic audiences through competitions and performances.
Here are the things I know. Culture may change, trends may change. However, adolescents will always developmentally have the same inherent needs. They need to feel loved, they need to belong, they need accountability, and they need grace.
Now that we've been through it and are kind of seeing both sides, it makes me even more excited for my kids in lower school, for my kids in middle school, to know what's coming ahead.
It's about building their character, it's about building them spiritually, it's about building their academics so that they have success when they leave here, not just to have them sheltered and taken care of while they're here, but so when they leave here that they can defend their faith and then they can go to great schools and that they can make a difference.